Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that one of the greatest innovators of our time built his empire not by playing it safe, but by walking away from the very system meant to shape success? Yeah, I'm talking about Steve Jobs. A name that echoes through Silicon Valley and beyond, but his path, it was anything but typical. He didn't climb the corporate ladder. He burned it and built his own. And today, I want to walk you through the emotional journey behind the headlines, the real story. The life-changing decision, dropping out of college. Steve Jobs was just 19 years old, standing at a life-defining crossroads. College halls on one side, a wild, uncertain world on the other. He looked around that campus at Reed College and felt it deep in his gut. This isn't it, so he dropped out. No plan, no roadmap, just a feeling that staying meant betraying himself. Can you imagine that? The weight of disappointing your parents, the fear of failing, the uncertainty of everything. Most people fear stepping into the unknown. Steve feared staying stuck. He listened to that inner voice, the one that said, "This path doesn't belong to you." And that voice, it became his compass. We've all felt that tug, haven't we? That tension between doing what's expected and doing what feels right. Jobs chose the harder path, the one filled with doubt, but also with possibility. The role of curiosity and intuition. So what does a college dropout do next? Start a company? Chase money? No. Steve took a calligraphy class. Yeah, fonts, strokes, elegant lines. Everyone around him thought it was pointless, but to Steve, it was fascinating. No goal, no strategy, just curiosity leading the way. He followed beauty, flow, the art of letters. And why does that matter? Because when he was building the first Macintosh years later, those fonts, that detail, that artistry all came flooding back. The world's first computer with typography. Not just functionality, but soul. That's the power of intuition. When you follow what sparks your heart, not just your resume. Sometimes the illogical turns out to be revolutionary. The power of hindsight. You know, Steve once said something that gives me chills every time. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. Let that sink in. He didn't know that calligraphy would matter. He didn't know dropping out would... He simply trusted. Took steps. One after the other. Only later could he look back and say, that's why. Life's funny that way. The moments that feel useless or random now often become the foundation of something huge. Even our failures, even our pauses, all of it counts. Jobs didn't have a perfect plan, but he had faith in the process. Let's zoom in on that calligraphy class again. A seemingly pointless decision led to a global design revolution. Because Steve didn't just build computers, he built experiences. The fonts, the feel, the elegance of the Macintosh. It all whispered one thing. This was made with love. That little class, that curiosity, it made technology beautiful. That's the lesson. The useless can become unstoppable. Trust the process. So here we are, at your journey. And maybe you don't know where it's going. Maybe you're standing at your own crossroads. That's okay. You don't need all the answers. You just need courage to follow this. The world may not understand it yet. You may not understand it yet. But one day, looking back, it'll all make sense. The dots will connect.